Having your life run by your thoughts can be quite the miserable experience, as most of you will probably know. And the reason for that is, of course, that our thoughts aren't necessarily always the most sane and wise and enlightened guide to our life. They are very often just this neurotic pattern, this background chatter which incessantly comments on everything you do and on everything that is happening. And if we are always looking to these thoughts for safety, for verification, for orientation to our life, then of course our experience of life will be colored in quite the miserable way. Luckily, there's an alternative on offer here. We can actually recognize what we are in a much more fundamental way. We can discover that what we are essentially is just this centerless, unbounded awakeness, this field which is taking the shape of each and every experience. It is that which is hearing my voice right now, that which is seeing, that which is patterning itself as your field of experience. You can recognize yourself as that and then be aware and live from that and as that. And if you do that, thoughts can move to the background. They can be there as an experience, but they are no longer running the show, so to say. And in some sense, you already know what this feels like. You already know what it's like to have some field of your experience move to the background. Look, for example, at the sensation of sitting. You were feeling this pressure of sitting all the while you were listening to me. But it wasn't disruptive to you. It was just there in the background. And when I mentioned it a few seconds ago, you could allow the sensation to come to the foreground because it was necessary, it was relevant for the situation. And there is the possibility of allowing your thinking to move to the background in a very similar way. And we are sometimes not aware that this is even a possibility because we give our thinking a special place in our experience. We somehow think that our thoughts describe reality, that they are in some sense foundational to what we are, that they give us our identity, but they don't. They are just these fleeting words and images that are passing through awareness. There's nothing substantial about them. They can be useful, of course, in some contexts, but having them as your basis of identity, as the guide to your experience, that really isn't a good idea. At the end of the day, thinking is just another sense field, just like seeing, feeling, hearing, tasting, smelling. And just like all these other sense fields, thinking can just move to the background. It can then be there and come to the foreground when it is needed. But the primary way of knowing, the primary way of living, is based in your true nature, in this awareness which you inherently are. You are orienting to life from this awareness. And thinking then isn't this controlling force in your life anymore. And making this shift is really quite easy and quite accessible. And if you do make this shift, you will feel that there's a tremendous freedom that comes with that. As always, if anything about this remains unclear, feel free to contact me through my website, or you can also write in the comment section in this video, and I will do my best to answer there as well. As always, thanks for watching, and I will see you right here next time.